Yo guys, I'm back with the most latest release, but also the latest unboxing. I know I'm not the first, definitely the last to unbox this newest Beyblade. If you want to call it new, it is B-192 Greatest Raphael over Extend Plus, High Extend Plus Dash. Wow, that's a lot. Yes, this is the Angel Beyblade, the Bear Trap Beyblade. This thing has become more or less an entertaining release just because of its gimmick, and I'm gonna go ahead and unbox it for you guys. I know I'm not the first, but hey, I've had a few people tell me my unboxings are relaxing, so I'm gonna keep doing them for you guys. Let's go ahead and get to a close-up though, and we'll hopefully do some battles, and I'll just give my thoughts. Let's get started. All right, you guys, I'm back with the close-up, and here is the box. This thing is gorgeous. As always, I like DB's boxes a lot more simpler, but you get a nice view of the bay, the logos, whatnot. And this is owned by Rashad. So Rashad evolved from the Red Savior to Raphael. I guess that makes sense. On the side, we kind of get just info about the gimmick, or I guess the DB system. This doesn't really switch out though. Like, it's funny, I don't know why they advertise it, because you can't really customize Raphael. We'll get into that. The combo itself is over High Extend Plus Dash. So that finally solves that debate. How do you call a Dash Extend Plus? Well, you just kind of call it that. Warnings, and then on the back, the parts laid out. Of course, Extend Plus has 3 modes. So there's a stamina, defense, and attack, I believe. If you guys don't know, this Beyblade is part of the Overdrive system. So it has 2 metal burst stoppers, if I remember correctly. And that should work in battles. So that's enough of the box. We're gonna go ahead and crack it open with my Japanese box cutter knife. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So this is a booster, by the way, if I didn't mention it. You don't get any launcher with this, but if you've gotten this release, you probably have a launcher by now. Just saying. Here we go. This is the sticker sheet and instructions. So there's quite a bit of stickers, but they look pretty easy to install just because they're fairly simple. But yeah, you're definitely going to need to add these for the intended effect, which I'll get into as well. Here is the Beyblade itself in all of its glory. We're gonna crack it out of cardboard. Ooh, here are the parts. Not bad, not bad. Let's take it all out. So yeah, this Beyblade is pretty freaking simple. There's only 3 parts to it, nothing else. But with that being said, we do have the driver, High Extend Plus Dash, and this thing looks so cursed. Yeah, at the same time, it might be one of the best drivers in the game. I guess Extend Plus needed to be taller for DB bays. There were some kind of scraping issues. So logically, Takara Tomy gives us this, but it is a wacky combination, if I have to say. So it's gold for its core. The cap is red because it's a dash. There's a hint of black for the top here, as well as the high part, and then the tip itself is clear. So I guess this kind of works out. And of course, since it's Extend Plus, it changes modes. Yep, so attack is when the tip is completely covered. I believe defense is when it's part of the way exposed, and then stamina is when it's completely exposed. So the tip does change. With that, the height also changes. So this would be the highest attack, and then it just goes down. But yeah, very, very wacky. I'm not sure what Takara Tomy is thinking with this, but hey, it's here. All right, that's enough of that. This is Over. And Over was first seen on Astral Spriggan, so it's not a new disc. It's heavily based on the Zero disc. In fact, it's probably an evolution of the Zero disc. This one only has 2 stars, unfortunately, but it's all good. Very round. I think this might be the best all-around disc, in fact, for DB. It might be either tied with Giga or behind Giga. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, solid. And then, of course, greatest Raphael. And wow, this thing is gorgeous. I hope my camera's giving this justice. It's a whole mix of colors. We have clear for these kind of rings that will rise up in battle, clear black plastic for some of the outer parts, silver for the avatar, gold, and then even some red in the center. So very nice mix of colors. And then of course the gimmick, which is why you see these springs here. So if I do remember correctly, the metal burst stoppers kind of come out and then they have to be pushed back in, obviously. So I'm gonna see if we can figure out how exactly these come out, these metal wings. So just playing with the disc, you definitely feel that resistance from the metal burst stoppers, but it's not like a rubber burst stopper like Judgment Joker, so there's not as much friction there, but it definitely stops it somewhat. Now I'm trying to get the claws deployed, but I'm not really having much luck, so this might be more reliant on RPM. Just seeing other people's videos, the claws tend to deploy in battle, but basically they pop out and then they kind of form a halo illusion with these gold accents. And that's when it starts losing stamina and it just kind of helps equalize spin, I suppose. Of course, the anime plays it as something bigger and more crazy than that, but it is a gimmicky Beyblade, I'll just say it, or put it that way. But it's gorgeous. So we're gonna go ahead and put it together. We'll see what we're working with as far as clicks. Oh wow, and these clicks definitely feel solid. It is on a dash driver though, so I'm not surprised, but yeah, I don't see this bursting anytime soon. That is solid. In fact, let's take a look at those teeth. Yeah, these look great. And it is all just one piece, if I didn't mention it already. So you can't customize it except for the disc and driver. But boom, there we go. Greatest Raphael. High, extend, plus dash. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my stadium and we'll do some test battles. All right, so I figured I'd start with a test launch, trying to show off the gimmick. I guess the claws do in fact come out during the launch. So here we go. Not during the launch, during the battle, I should say. And of course, it's on Extend Plus, so it's gonna be semi-aggressive. It likes to ride the ridge somewhat, so not bad. And it is slowly rising, if you guys can tell. The ring is now raised. And so as it loses RPM, the ring will keep rising until it makes the illusion of a halo, which under certain lightings, it's more visible. It also depends on the shutter speed of the camera and the frame rate. So some cameras might be able to capture it better. In fact, most smartphones do record in slow motion, so that'd be the best way to capture it and show off your friends. But from my angle, I do very clearly see a halo forming. Again, this is a visual illusion. There's not an actual halo, but really cool. And looking at it now closer, there's even a more visible halo, at least from my perspective. So yeah, this thing is awesome. I think I'm really fascinated with the gimmick. I think Cartel Me outdid themselves here. Wow, this thing looks just great. So it is losing stamina now. Of course, it's gonna just kind of topple over on its side, but it's on Extend Plus, so I don't see it necessarily falling. And boom. Well, that was really fun to see and watch. But yep, stamina-wise, it's kind of meh. I've heard same spin stamina just isn't that good, but for opposite spin, it's on Extend Plus. It's basically carried by Extend Plus. So there's that, but now we can go back, put the wings back down, and do some test battles. looks like Dynamite Belial's going in for those attacks. Raphael's just taking the center now. It is in the stamina mode. I think I'll switch it over for the next couple rounds. And if you guys didn't know, the ring is supposed to act more or less as a barrier, but just like that, stamina is out. Wow. All right. And we got a knockout. All right, we'll try the attack mode now. And somehow we got a double burst. Mind you, Extend Plus was in attack mode. Alright you guys, that's going to be it for this unboxing of Greatest Raphael over High Extend Plus Dash. I'm going to say that again, that's a mouthful. Yes, this thing is gorgeous. I think it's definitely wacky. Whether it's fitting or not for the antagonist or potential antagonist for this season, I don't know. I definitely think they could have gone a little bit more creative with the disc and driver, but I do like the gimmick on this. I think it's going to make for some really entertaining battles, and who knows, maybe even some mods, so we'll see how that turns out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.